All right, with Matthew Stafford being on the reserve COVID-19 list, got some people wondering, should the Lions go out there and sign another quarterback? I tried to pull up a quarterback free agent list, and most of the list didn't, pretty much list the quarterbacks that were free agents because it must not be any good ones left. But Kaepernick is still out there. Should the Lions pick up another quarterback, trade for one? Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And my whole thing, it all depends on Matthew Stafford's status. All right, they'll be doing strength and conditioning for the first couple weeks, I think, to August 12th or 14th or something of that nature. Then they can, right around that time, almost start doing padded practices. So, with no mini camps, no OTAs, I don't think it's a big deal right now. I think Stafford has a rapport with Amendola, Hawkinson, Marvin Jones for years, Kerryon Johnson, some of the new guys he don't, Huntley, he worked out with Swift. So I really don't think it's an issue. They need to work on pass protection and run blocking and the camaraderie amongst the offensive line if we talking offense. So no matter who's taking snaps back there, if they doing walkthroughs or they just strictly doing strength and conditioning, which I think that's what it is. There's no really football workouts, just classroom work until the date comes. I think it's like August 12th or 14th where they can start padding up and doing practices and stuff of that nature. I don't think it's the end of the world. All right. If Stafford do get COVID, you'd rather him get it right now, and hopefully he's healthy. Then you get it in week 5 or week 6 or week 10. All right. So we don't know if he contracted it or was he around somebody. My whole thing is this: if he was around somebody with COVID, they would announce it Wednesday. He would have went on the list on Wednesday, unless the Lions were trying to be secretive and keep it under wraps. They got fined last year for keeping his injury under wraps before the Chicago Bear game, the first one at Soldier Field. They got fined for it. So would they do the same thing with Stafford here? Keep it under wraps for a few days and then announce it on Saturday? I don't get it. What's the difference between announcing it on Saturday and Wednesday? But you know how the Lions roll. So hopefully he not, showing any symptoms. Hopefully he asymptomatic. To me, it's not go out there and get a quarterback time. All right. Stafford going to come in shape. Stafford going to come in condition. If he out 10 days, 12 days, 14 days, and he returns right when they start doing padded practices, it's not an issue. So you don't want to go out there, I don't want to say that, but you don't have to go out there and get a quarterback, okay? He ain't missing no significant time. He can stay in shape. He can get back in shape when we come to camp. See, what y'all don't understand, or some people may not understand, training camp, they won't start doing padded practices and stuff of that nature until, I think August 12th or 15th or 14th or whatever it is. So anything they do in the classroom, Matthew Stafford could be on there via Zoom. All right? That's the thing about it. So if you believe they deserve to get a quarterback, they need a quarterback, and you're not happy what's behind Stafford with Daniels and Blog, then that's a totally different situation. But for them to go out there and sign a quarterback at this point because of this, this type of situation, if they did go out there and bring another quarterback in, it would be because Matthew Stafford is showing hard or serious symptoms. If he's not showing serious symptoms, I roll with what I got. They believed in Chase Daniels. They gave him a nice contract. They believe in David Blog. He's still going to hang around the practice squad or the roster. So other than that, they trying to keep their salary cap down. And then, according to Bob Quinn, you can't even sign free agents because you can't bring them to the facilities to check them out for physicals. So only thing you can do is have them go get tested at a third party, a place like Concentra, and then meet them off site or whatever that nature is. So I'm pretty sure they want their doctors to look at, the football players they want to bring in. They want their doctors to do the physical, so they can so they can really trust the merit of their doctor. So even if they want to bring in a quarterback, the NFL still has to put in the rules in place for signing free agents and guys that's traded. You wonder what's going to happen with Jamal Adams going up there to Seattle, So, it should be very, very interesting. But I'm just saying, roll with what you got. It's not the worst time. Now, had we gotten to training camp and we about to arrive at week 1 and he caught COVID, then you just got to roll with what you got. You got Chase Daniels, you got David Blog, you got to roll with it. It's just no two ways around it. It's not the worst thing in the world that Stafford gets it right now. So, people that want to bring in Kaepernick, I'm down to bring in Kaepernick, but not just because of Stafford getting COVID. You bring in Kaepernick because it gives you depth at the position. It gives you another tool or skill to use with his running ability. They can do some wildcat things. They can do some read option type things, triple option type things. They can do that. But right now, it's just not the worst time to get it. So they don't have to bring in another receiver for Kenny. They ain't got to bring in another tight end for TJ. They ain't got to bring in another tight end for Isaac. You just roll what you got. Right now is the perfect time for these dudes to get it and not wait till later. So, you're going to have some people saying they need a new quarterback behind Stafford. And I get it. Anytime, you have some serious virus going around and guys opting in and opting out, and they should be coming out with an opt-out deadline because they're losing a lot of guys today. C.J. Mosley from the Jets opted out, and that was a guy that I kind of wanted the Lions to get last offseason, but hey, it is what it is. But a lot of people want them to have more, better quarterback play, behind Matthew Stafford, and I definitely agree with that. But, this is what they've been doing. Matt Patricia said we had competition at every position except for quarterback. So they ride with Stafford anyway. Stafford ain't had no real person behind him since Sean Hill. And Sean Hill was a threat because he was throwing it up to Calvin, and he didn't care, and he was more aggressive downfield than Stafford. And at the same time, they got Sean Hill out of here. He went to the Rams. I think he might be retired now. So they don't want any pressure behind Stafford. They don't want Stafford to feel uncomfortable. They don't want Stafford to feel no pressure. 11 years in, if they didn't want him to feel pressure after 2, after 5, after 7, after 9 years, it's not going to happen. Matthew Stafford is going to be a Lion as long as Matthew Stafford wishes to be a Lion. So people hoping that they drafted Tua last year or Herbert last year or somehow Joe Burrows, it just wasn't going to happen, okay? And it's unfortunate because, at some point when dude dealing with a back injury, when you go into 11th year, not everybody pay 20 years like Tom or 20 years like Drew Brees. You got to be prepared, and they take so many things from the Belichick school of thought that they didn't take the quarterback. Belichick always kept one in the hole. He kept Matt Castle. He kept Matt Castle in the chamber. He kept Jimmy Garoppolo in the chamber, Jacoby Brissett in the chamber. They thought Ryan Mallett, shout out to University of Michigan, he went there for a minute. They thought he was going to be the guy. His career got messed up when Rich Rodriguez came and started doing that, mobile quarterback stuff. But Belichick always kept a respectable backup behind Brady, And right now, I don't know if it's, the Fords that don't want any pressure on Stafford or Bob Quinn just don't want to spend money on a backup quarterback. But if it do get to the point where it's serious or Stafford go down, and do y'all feel comfortable about Chase Daniels in there? I don't. This is a guy who couldn't even beat out Mitchell Trubisky. If I had my way, they might as well just kept Driscoll and went with Blog. At least we know Blog can build into something. Blog has potential. Chase Daniels is what he is. And right now, he wasn't even good enough for Chicago to move on from Trubisky. Driscoll still got talent. He was mobile. He can throw it a little bit. But, if Stafford do go down in the long-term area, I don't think it's a quarterback out there that can say they ass. Even if you bringing in Colin Kaepernick to say that Bacon, he ain't played in the league for how many years? You know what I'm saying? So, their best bet was to take the risk when you get into the top 5 of the draft and take a quarterback. Forget, position of need, but I get it. When your job on the line, you want to get the best player available. But I wouldn't be concerned. I wouldn't go out there and try to trade for a quarterback or get a backup quarterback right now. You feel comfortable about Chase. You feel comfortable about Blog. Just roll what you got. Unless Stafford is really showing hard symptoms, or you believe Stafford is going to opt out because it's family. If you believe he going to opt out, which I don't think he going to miss $15 million this year. If you believe he going to opt out, then you might have to make a move for a quarterback or make a trade for a quarterback. But I don't see that happening. So hopefully, he healthy. And then if he just came in contact with somebody that got it, he got to wait 72 hours and get a 3 negative test. If he, basically got it, he got to sit out 10 days and then test 3 times to get back on that horse, man. So, not rush to get a quarterback. Roll what you got, and we'll see what happens. But all my best wishes go to Matthew Stafford. He come back healthy, his kids healthy, his wife healthy, everybody on the Lions and in Detroit is healthy. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, inscription. Best way to donate. Share the video.